guys and gals, Never here from Trick Wing Gaming, and somebody on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Heroes Advent, Cody's Path. So now we actually begin the trial of Cassian, so let's see how it goes, shall we? Hopefully he's got a lot of defenders. I think he has. He's been doing quite well in this world. So let's see what happens. Alright. Always does this. Court is now in session. Members of the public, please remain seated and maintain decorum throughout the trial. Thank you. A hawk and a fox stood up on opposite sides as they approached the podium. Oh my god, this is so gonna be a fucking Ace Attorney segment. Your Honor, Charles McGill, Populi Presente. Your Honor, Shaw Guidman. Shaw? Let's see what... Your Honor, Shaw Guidman, presenting Mr. Cassian of the Gallanteer Guild. Court now acknowledge Mr. McGill and Mr. Guidman as valid representatives. Please proceed with your opening statements. The fox shot you a look of acknowledgement before retreating to his side of the defense panel. The hawk remained, casting a glance at you, then turned to address the jury on both sides. Your Honor, and the good people of Crystal Coast, today we witness Cassian, the defendant, brought upon this court as he was solely responsible for the fall of the Guardian Crystal, as well as other tragedies that befell Crystal Coast this day. At approximately 4:32 this afternoon, Mr. Cassian was found unconscious next to Lady Spring within her innermost chamber. Her Excellency was found unconscious with bruises on her back, clearly caused by a blunt object. Given the close proximity she was found with the defendant, such injuries could only be the result of a struggle against Cassian, the defendant. But that's not true! I was tricked by Ashford! You are not permitted to speak, Cassian! Continue, Mr. McGill. Thank you, Your Honor. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen of the public, you may hear from the defense that Mr. Cassian did not commit any crime, seeing that Lady Spring is still alive. And while it is nothing short of a miracle that Her Excellency also survived the initial crash, she was also reported to still be in critical condition at this very moment. What if the injuries become too much for her? And what of the many victims that were claimed by the Guardian Crystal's collapse? What has transpired today was a tragedy, an unfair travesty befalling the very city many of us were born and grew up in, all set into motion by the actions of Mr. Cassian here. And so it is my duty as Populi Presente to make sure justice is served in this court tonight. At the conclusion of this case, after you have seen all the evidence, we are confident that you will swiftly return with a guilty verdict, punishable either by banishment or death, for such travesty committed against our beloved city and its protector. The crowd around you began to clamor. Some mocked and cursed at you incessantly, while others shot you looks of apprehension and pity. Order! Order in the court! The clamor died down after Alaric hit the gavel a few times. Thank you, Mr. McGill. Mr. Guidman, you may begin your opening statement. The fox quickly took the hawk's spot as he retreated to the prosecution's panel, briefly adjusting his tie before turning to address the jury. Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the public, today has been a long day for all of us, hasn't it? Don't get me wrong, much like any of you, my heart goes out to all the victims of this tragic attack upon our city. But let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen of the public. Is it an everyday occurrence that we get hit by a spontaneous invasion from the King's Legion? No, right? Therefore, what the prosecution has presented to you about my client's crime now being intentional and premeditated, let's set that aside for now. Because given the chaos that unfolded, the fact that my client being caught within a simply awful and horrendously unfortunate chain of events is not out of the question. I mean, look at him. The fox turned his attention at you, gesturing towards different spots on your body. Could this young, demure, and docile boy who barely joined the guild not long ago truly be the perpetrator capable of masterminding all the tragedies that befell our city? Is this guy for real? What's more, if I may remind you all that according to the Polarian common law, my client is presumed innocent until proven guilty. During this trial, you will find evidence corroborating that Mr. Cassian and Her Excellency are actually on good terms, and he was merely checking in on her well-being amid the chaos, which, unbeknownst to them both, a trap was already sprung, leading to the unfortunate outcome we all have to bear witness to. Therefore, I am confident that you will find my client not guilty. Thank you all. That is all. The murmur around you lingered on for a while before dying out, as Shaw returned to his previous spot with a confident smile on his face. Where did they even get this guy from? Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness. Yes, Your Honor. The people call the last person seen with the defendant. He looked aside as Cody approached the witness stand, accompanied by a rather bulky ram who seemed to be the clerk. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you shall give before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Sic du tu vie? I do. Please state your name in full to the court. Kodiak Dmitri Middendorfy. All right, you may be seated. Sir, Kodiak? You could just call me Cody. Right, Sir Cody. Is it true that it was you who escorted Mr. Cassian here to Lady Spring's location? Yes, it was me. And could you tell the court why you had done so? Well, Sir Alaric had told us to go to the park and check up on Lady Spring's well-being, so that's what we did. Why, then, did you leave Cassian be in the end? I'm sorry. Maybe I underestimated the situation. Near the park, we ran into a camp full of injured people, men, women, and children. They needed immediate attention, so I stayed to help. Cassian was only supposed to find Lady Spring. We made sure the way leading the park was clear. I didn't know it would end up like this. Sir, it's all right. That's why we're here tonight, to get to the bottom of this. So then, Sir Cody, does this mean you saw Mr. Cassian heading inside the inner sanctum? Yes, sir. Was he followed or accompanied by anyone else at all? Oh, no, sir. I don't think there was anyone else around. And do you believe this Ashford to be the real person? Why, yes, Ash was my assistant at the honeysuckle for the longest time. The hawk then stepped back to his panel before returning with a sword, brandishing it to the whole court. Your sword. This sword was found close to Mr. Cassian when he was first discovered at the scene. Do you recognize it, Sir Cody? Oh, I think so. It's the sword Lady Spring gave Cassian the other day. Your Honor, I would like to have this sword marked as People's Exhibit No. 1 and ask that they be admitted into evidence. Does the defense have any objection? No, Your Honor. Very well. The sword will be admitted as People's Exhibit No. 1. Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Sir Cody, would you say that Mr. Cassian was adept at using the sword? Well, I suppose. If he could wield a knife, then a sword would be no problem for him, right? Well... very different weapons. They same piece. Oh, well. The sword has... this is very complicated. I can go into that later. Alright. Pardon? A knife, sir? Oh, yes, I mean a kitchen knife. He's been helping me in the kitchen, after all, though I did give him regular exercising and teach him hand-to-hand combat. His training is progressing fine, if I do say so myself. I see. So you're saying that he worked as your sous chef that had some experience in boxing? Not exactly. He's more like my assistant, and what I taught him is more useful than boxing. Yes, you're right, of course, but the point still stands that he is in training, Sir Cody. Yes, he is. And were you aware of any reason as to why Lady Spring gave him the sword? Because from what you describe, Mr. Cassian is more akin to a cook in training with some exposure to close-quarter combat. And that begs the question, what exactly is so special about Mr. Cassian to warrant this much blessing from Her Excellency? The bear looked at Alaric, unsure what to do or say in the moment. After a brief moment of hesitation, the older tiger only replied with a curt yet firm nod. Cody then gave you a quick look before turning to the hawk. Well, it's because Cassian is the hero in our prophecy. Oh boy. Needless to say, what Cody said shook the jury to its core. Many of them began hollering and pointing fingers at him, calling him names, that he was telling lies. Order! Order in the court! You may continue. Thank you, Alaric. Listen, everyone, I know it sounds like nonsense, because at first I didn't believe it either. But it's true. Cassian is from another world. I still don't understand all the details, but Cassian was dragged here against his will. It was Lady Spring who happened to help him, pulling him to safety at her place. At that point, it makes sense if she thinks he's the next hero. I mean, it is her decision after all, right? He broke a cold sweat as an unusual silence loomed over the courtroom. All eyes were on you, and yet you felt like the stares were lasting forever. Eventually, it was the guildmaster who decided to speak up again. Any further questions from the people, Mr. McGill? Your Honor, the people rest their case. Does the defense have any questions? He glanced aside at the fox, who was much too in shock to articulate an answer. So too was the hawk, who still seemed shaken as he retreated to his panel. Mr. Guidman. No, not at this time, Your Honor. Very well. The current witness may be dismissed. Is the defense ready with its case? Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls the close friends of the defendant to the stand. The fox had barely regained his composure as the next witness was called. Max promptly approached the stand, stopping short by the clerk. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that the testimony you shall give before this court shall be true, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Sic du et tuve. I do. Please state your name in full to the court. Maxwell Silverbane. You may be seated. Sir Maxwell, you're the leader of the team that the defendant currently operates under, correct? Correct, 4th Infantry Division. And has the defendant ever exhibited any unusual behavior under your watch? No, never, sir. I see. Could you please tell the members of the public your personal experiences with Mr. Cassian? Of course. Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's a good trainee. He might have stumbled here and there, but his growth has been quite faster than the others I've coached. Despite everything, I'd say he's a kind and caring guy. I'd even say he's slowly becoming the heart of the team. Because without him showing up, we might not even be a team any longer. The 4th Division's dissolution was frankly long overdue, all because of what's happened in the past. Which it might have divided us, but thanks to him, we've managed to reconcile. Though his actions today against Lady Spring have been questionable, I'm sure it was all a misunderstanding, because his heart was all in the right place. Maybe even she would vouch for him. I see. And lastly, have you any remarks on this Ashford character that Mr. Cassian alleged to be responsible for all this? Ashford, he's a snow leopard, Cody's assistant. I've seen him around a lot whenever I grabbed a bite at the honeysuckle. Everyone likes him for his professional attitude and mannerism. That's why he's been working for Cody for a long time, when we still had his other assistant around. And what happened to that employee, sir? I don't know. You'll have to ask Cody that. I only know that they recently found Tensei as a replacement for that spot. That said, I'm also shocked to hear all the terrible things that Ashford might have done. It is an unforgivable crime against our city and its protector. I see. Thank you, Sir Maxwell. I have no further questions, Your Honor. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I guess the case might wrap up in the next video. We'll see. I don't know how long it goes on for. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!